Hello and welcome to Inside Edition, where we discuss national, regional and international issues in depth. Global trade is growing and changing rapidly, representing a world of opportunity for Bahraini exporters. Therefore, Export Bahrain was established to become the kingdom's first dedicated platform and the national export development and internationalization on support arm of Bahrain, under the preview of the SME Development Board as part of a national effort to support SME business expansion and international growth. To know more about its role and achievements, we are pleased to be joined here in the studio by Export Bahrain's acting CEO, Safa Abdel Khaliq.
Passion and persistence, with an ambition to go global, to seize opportunities and achieving their goals. Small and medium enterprises with products and services of global footprint, with boundless creativity and defying challenges. Export Bahrain, a national initiative dedicated to developing export and identifying promising business opportunities in global markets to cement the Kingdom of Bahrain's position as a strategic global export hub. Diverse solutions and services, with strategic partnerships that support and promote the export of SME products and services to reach regional and global markets. Our team is with you every step of the way. Export Bahrain, bringing Bahrain to the world.
Welcome back. Joining me here in the studio is Export Bahrain's acting CEO, Safa Abdel Khaliq. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Sarah. A pleasure is mine, and I'm really thankful for providing this platform to talk a little bit more about Export Bahrain, our mission, vision, objectives, and how we can support our businesses in Bahrain.
Definitely. Export Bahrain is a name that we keep on hearing because of the many achievements it has done in a very short amount of time. But can you tell us and our viewers a brief idea about the establishment of Export Bahrain? What are the main visions? What is the mission it has?
Sure. Export Bahrain is the first dedicated platform and the national export development and internationalization support arm of the Kingdom of Bahrain that was officially launched in November 2018. The main mandate and objective of Export Bahrain is to support, promote, nurture and accelerate the growth of both product and service exports that's made in Bahrain, and also to support the internationalization efforts of our businesses that are based in Bahrain, to position themselves as global enterprises. So in brief, the main objective of Export Bahrain is to create and to deliver tangible results and value for our businesses through through a broad, essential partners, be it, locally, regionally, or internationally, to support our exporters with their export journey and, during every step of their export journey in specific. And how we do that basically is through, a wide spectrum of support services, a portfolio of solutions which I believe, is very critical and is very much required during these times, that will support the exporters to diversify their customer base and at the same time, help them to grow more, to be more profitable and to be, more sustainable.
Absolutely. When we talk about Bahraini exports and products to be exported outside of Bahrain, We also have to pay tribute to the economic vision that is set for Bahrain, and where the SME field basically has a very large percentage of. So when we talk about export, the SMEs are really a big part of the products that will be, or the businesses whose products will be exported. Can you tell us about the benefit of SMEs?
Definitely. I mean, see, Sarah, I'm glad that you asked this question, because traditionally, international trade and business has always been, viewed as being something that, as an activity that benefited the larger enterprises more. However, the international business, international activity and trading, spurs a lot of growth for the small and medium enterprises in specific. And, exporting as an economic activity, supports the businesses and SMEs in specific, to access more markets, to, provide them with more global opportunities, supports them to diversify their customer base, tap into, new markets that they have not had access before, which again will support the business, raise the consumption of the firm owner. It will support the team members. It will even support their families. Right. Not only that, but exporting as an activity will support SMEs in terms of providing them with, updated information and market intelligence that that will definitely, support businesses to better evaluate themselves and better evaluate, the performance of their business, and pay more attention to the quality of their products and services. And I have to say that today, more than ever before, exporting, the importance of exporting and having international business model is no more a luxury, but I think it's more of a necessity.
Yes, yes. Previously, you've been with us on the show at that time, and one of the main industries that help SMEs develop their progression is Tamkeen. Export Bahrain is, of course, now also one of these institutions that continue that. What can you tell us about the importance of making these entrepreneurs ready to become part of the export system in Bahrain?
Absolutely. I mean, as I mentioned, I mean, our main bread and butter and main objective is to nurture and accelerate the growth of businesses that are based in Bahrain, whether they have a product or whether they have a service. They can be exporters and they could be supported through the diversified portfolio of Export Bahrain. We make sure that we take care and we support their requirements, be it financing requirements, export credit requirements, even the soft support requirements such as market intelligence. And if I can talk a little bit more about the programs that we offer, we provide our businesses with the export credit insurance, which is considered as a unique initiative that no other entity in Bahrain provides, which basically where we support our businesses from any risk of default of payment from the international buyer. We provide with export shipping and logistics support, where businesses coming through us will be provided with discounts or below market rates ranging between 60 to 80% from what they get if from what they get directly. And we do that for various options, be it air shipment or through land or through sea. And we have customized support for the heavy shipments and the light shipments as well. We provide internationalization and export advisory, where we provide the right toolkit and guidance and advisory for businesses who are willing to physically branch out of Bahrain. And how we do that is by providing them with updated information when it comes to the market and regulatory requirements, or help them with partnership facilitation. We also provide international retail buyer initiative, where we provide our businesses with an access to shelve their products on the local shelves of global retail chains, not only in Bahrain, but even on the retail chains, even in their headquarters outside Bahrain. We also provide them with international tendering and procurement notifications. So once they are members of or subscribe to Export Bahrain portal, they actually get notifications on international rewards and tenders specific to their industry. To you're talking about over 1,500 tendering notifications that our businesses could participate in. We also provide them with e-commerce facilitation, where we have established partnership with renowned local, regional, international e-commerce platforms that supports businesses to be listed with them, and be more it provides them with a better platform, with a global platform, to recognize and create more awareness for the products and services that's made in Bahrain. We have also introduced the Startup and incentive support that actually incentivizes new exporters in the market, and we want to encourage new players to be exporting, whether they have a product or a service. We also provide them with export market intelligence, where we make sure that we're providing them with updated information and knowledge that could support our businesses to take informed decisions before entering into a new market. So basically they get information, updated information on a second by second basis when it comes to a market entry and potential requirements, customer tariffs, the gaps and opportunities related to a specific industry that the business is looking for. And we are also going to very soon launch the Exporters Directory, which is going to be, you know, a national database of exporters, giving more exposure to the business owner, to their products and to their service. And this is going to be circulated to a lot of businesses, be it, you know, to our partners locally and internationally as well.
That's amazing. When you talk about these kind of services that you provide for your clientele, these services will also help with what I'm going to talk about in my next question, which are the challenges that the SMEs do face. Rather than the normal challenges, we also have the pandemic, who really halted a lot of businesses, not just in Bahrain, but around the world. What are these challenges and how do you help to alleviate them?
Right. So I think decline in trading activity, which was again a global trend, which you know, happened, you know, end of 2019, 2020, which actually impacted, you know, the market, be it, you know, the large businesses and SMEs alike, be it in emerging economies or developed economies. However, I think maybe the small and medium enterprises were challenged a bit more than the larger ones, you know, in consideration of the nature of their activities, which made them more vulnerable, let's say, to the global market shocks, you know, considering because of their smaller, you know, resources and inventory, production capacity, access to, you know, to financing, which had also impacted to an extent their import and export activity. And the other side of it is definitely, you know, the entire value chain was impacted due to the pandemic, which is a, you know, worldwide universal fact. However, maybe the hardest hit was in the supply chain, which again impacted, you know, the businesses which relied a lot on import and export activity. So answering your question, and specific challenges definitely revolved around you know, supply chain and market dependencies, shipping and logistical restrictions. Till today, we are finding it, you know, there are shortages of vessels and containers, which had resulted in major hike in shipping prices. We're talking, you know, about challenges related to, you know, getting limited access to financing, specifically for the small and medium enterprises. The other challenge is definitely, one of the most important challenge is definitely revolving around, you know, getting for businesses to get access about updated information and global networks, which you know, may actually signify some sort of administrative and regulatory cost on the businesses, which made it difficult for them, you know, to afford it during the pandemic in specific. And again, there are other you know, procedural challenges that businesses faced during that time, which was, you know, beyond the control of an entity such as Export Bahrain, such as, you know, restrictions on certain destinations and lockdowns in certain destinations, restrictions on exporting some of the items. However, I am very proud to say that despite that, you know, Export Bahrain was able to facilitate exports, you know, over $73 million just in 2021 alone, which represented over 70% increase as to what was facilitated in 2020, which was about $43 million. At Export Bahrain, we always make sure that before we launch a specific product, we test the product, we listen to the market, we upgrade our products, we upscale it, we enhance it, we adjust and we modify. We always want to make sure that, you know, whatever we are providing, our, you know, spectrum of the portfolio of solutions that we are giving to our businesses is something that is critical and something that they require and will help advance, you know, more opportunities for them in global markets.
That's amazing. When we talk about these kind of ambitions and services that you provide in order to hinder these kind of challenges, it's also important to remember that there are a lot of factors that help you out with that, like your collaborations with local and international collaborators. What can you tell us about how important these are for the flow of work to make everything really go the way that you would wish it to?
Right. And thank you for asking the question, Sarah, because Export Bahrain's operating model is very unique. So our business model works on a partnership basis where we continuously work to create a win-win situation for us, for our partners, and for our customers. So we continue to expand on our local, regional, and international partnerships to work closely together to ensure that we are achieving one common objective, which is to support the exports of made in Bahrain products and services. So, and I think, bearing that in mind, we have yielded very strong business models, which has really, added more strong impact and value to our businesses, be it in terms of, supporting them, to increase their global transactions, accessing new markets, diversifying their customer base. So, and so far, I'm very happy to say that, we have had a very positive impact through, through our very close relationship with our networks. And I'd really like to take this opportunity, through this platform to thank each and every one of our partners for their ongoing commitment and dedication and support to ensure, the success that has been achieved, to ensure, all these milestones that we have worked closely together to achieve them, and again, to ensure that we are providing the right platform and the right tools and the right guidance for our businesses, right platform for our businesses to access global opportunities.
That's amazing. You give opportunities as well. Export Bahrain actually has young and an ambitious team that performs its duties. Can you tell us about how it's structured? How are the members part of that team?
Sure. Again, I'm very happy to say that we've been in the market for the past 3 years, and we have built a very cohesive, team who are young, who are ambitious, who are very driven, and they have come from different, backgrounds and expertise, and from different sectors, who work very closely together, and they work tirelessly, Sarah, to ensure that we are providing the right solutions. We are giving our customers the right guidance to make sure that we are supporting them, to are supporting our businesses, with their objectives. Again, I have to say that we are an entity we are a growing entity with an eye out there for potential talent that can add value not only to our products and services, but who can also add value, most importantly, to our customers, and making sure that they are supported during every step of their export journey.
Yes. Export Bahrain actually contributed to a lot of success stories to the local SMEs, as well as to the young generation that is attempting these kind of SMEs or new businesses. Export Bahrain has actually been a very vital part of these success stories. Can you tell us some of them, or like a special story that really serene with you itself?
Sure. I have to say that Export Bahrain has been, very integral over the past 3 years to support this mission in terms of, nurturing, accelerating the growth of local origin products and services. And I'm very happy that we've been, we have achieved significant milestones over these 3 years. And if I can, break them down, is basically we have facilitated exports worth over 135 million US dollars in terms of supporting the exports of products and services that is made in Bahrain. We have supported more than 57 unique product and service categories and accessed over 57 markets worldwide. Around 8 markets were new that was tapped into just in 2021. That included New Zealand, Croatia, and many more. More than 23% of the current businesses who export have actually been able to diversify and tap into new markets because of the support provided, because of the B2B facilitation supported by through Export Bahrain. Over 15% of the businesses have exported for the first time. Over 30% of the businesses supported by Export Bahrain are businesses that are owned by women, and it's a matter of pride. And we're not only talking about the exports of traditional products. I'm talking about we have a young ambitious Bahraini lady who actually, she's an architecture and has exported her architectural services to design GIB building in Khobar and in Abu Dhabi.
Wow.
We have exported the services of jiu-jitsu workshops. We're talking about the export of photography, videography sessions, marketing, marketing and graphic design services. We're talking about gold, the export of gold bars and aluminum and steel products, and many more.
Yeah. Actually, one of the factors that you and the challenges that you talked about previously was, of course, the decrease of container shipments that were all over the world during the pandemic. There are always like other solutions that institutions such as Export Bahrain and your partners came up with in order to still keep the flow of our products. What can you tell us about how important it is to have these innovative solutions in the times of crisis when you have those once-in-a-lifetime problems that face you because of random stuff like the pandemic or the shortage of containers or vessels or so on?
As I mentioned, Sarah, it's before we launch any of our initiatives, we make sure that we listen to the market. We make sure that we are engaging with our stakeholders, with our partners, with the customers. We try to understand. We identify the problem. After identifying the problem, we make sure that we are, coming up with the right solution, or even enhancing our solutions.
Yeah.
Refining our solutions to make sure that we are actually addressing the specific issue.
Yeah.
See, and as I said, one of the initiatives that was launched during the pandemic was, the retail initiative, where, we made sure that our businesses have an access, to shelf their products in global retail chains.
Yeah.
We introduced a startup incentive solution, making sure that, to encourage more new exporters, into the market to export their products or services.
Yeah.
So even if it was a current exporter, they can even, avail that solution if they come up with a new product line. So through this, you're not only encouraging new exporters in the market, but you're even fueling innovation. You are encouraging the business to come up with new ideas and new product lines. We also introduced the e-commerce facilitation. Not only that, but we even, have introduced our B2B and B2C solutions, where, businesses come to us targeting specific markets. So through our partnerships and networks, we make sure that we are connecting them to the right entities, to the right stakeholders, to the right global consumers, outside the Bahraini market, to ensure that we are advancing their opportunities further.
Yeah. The Kingdom of Bahrain, the government of the Kingdom of Bahrain, has always provided that special services, special help to different organizations, different kind of fields. SMEs are one of the top ones that have received that kind of support. What can you tell me about the importance of the continuation of this governmental support? What does it mean in a motivational way to the owners of these SMEs, to the economy of Bahrain in the future, and to Export Bahrain as a final part of that kind of business transaction?
Absolutely. I mean, I have to say, with an active marketplace, ever evolving, dynamic economy, Bahrain is really, reflective of the, evolving consumer dynamics. Having access to, you have increased competition and access to new products and services, more of this awareness and branding and government support, and, the lower, low operational cost, having, the right strategic location and other sort of, solutions and basically the direct support provided to our businesses, makes Bahrain, a key testing hub for new products and services that not only serves the customers in Bahrain, but also serves customers beyond Bahrain. And we in Export Bahrain, we continue, because we understand that exporting and exporters are linchpin to our economy. So we continue to basically showcase our products and our services on these basically international platforms, to make sure that we are coming up with new opportunities and providing with more access to the businesses in Bahrain, so that they could basically showcase and promote for local origin, for their products and services in international markets.
Yeah. One of the main factors that the pandemic has actually forced the whole world into is this digital transformation. Export Bahrain was not one of the ones left out. Digital transformation actually did come in the view of e-services, providing that kind of stuff. What are the main services that have been digitalized from your point of view that have helped with Expo Bahrain's main mission?
One of the main services, that was launched again during the pandemic, and to ensure, that we are encouraging more businesses to go online and, to have that sort of a digital mentality, was the introduction of the e-commerce facilitation support, where we had, partnered with prominent e-commerce platforms in Bahrain and outside as well, to encourage of more, more business listings coming from Bahrain, to encourage more borderless marketplace. And again, this product in specific has supported, the recognition and providing more awareness and more visibility to the local made products and services.
When we look at the timeline of Expo Bahrain, we see this increase in services, this increase of potential that is provided to your end clients and so on. Tell me a little bit about how the plan is for the future of Expo Bahrain.
Sure.
What are people to look forward to?
Sure. Export Bahrain will continue to upskill, to upgrade, to enhance our current solutions and introduce new ones as well, so that to make sure that we are further accelerating the growth of our exports with a drive to build on more value, to support our national economy, and to fuel further innovation, and to reinforce the Kingdom of Bahrain's position as an international export hub through increasing the efficiency of our solutions. And how we're going to do that basically is by, again, entering into new strategic partnerships, to ensuring that we are facilitating new avenues for our businesses. We will continue, as I said, to refine, to expand on our current programs, and to venture into new ones to provide more international opportunities for our customers. And we are working in terms of minimizing the information asymmetry, which is one of the very most important factors to ensure and upgrade. We have updated market intelligence to support our businesses so that they could take informed decisions before entering a new market.
Yes. Finally, March is the month where the international community celebrates Women's Day, International Women's Day. Tell us about the importance of the women's professionalism within the export-import, male-dominated actually field. How has Bahrain's female entrepreneurs, their people, the women that are on board members and chairpersons, actually expedited this kind of, or enhanced the image of Bahraini women in our economic field?
Sarah, I think sky's the limit for Bahraini women. At Export Bahrain, 80% of the management and the team are women. Over 30% of the customer database of those that has been served by Export Bahrain are women. I believe women has been in Bahrain. They have been not only empowered on the grounds, but they've been even empowered to in the air as well.
Absolutely.
So you have women pilots, and you have Bahraini women overtaking and overseeing and leading various positions across multiple sectors. On the contrary, and I have to say that whether you have a product or whether you have a service, you can be, you are an exporter, and I would highly encourage you to get in touch with Export Bahrain, because we'll make sure that we provide you with the right guidance, with the right tools to support you during every step of your export journey. And we are looking forward to work together with our customers, and to ensure that together we can really benefit our economy and can really accelerate the growth of local origin products and services.
Perfect. Thank you so much for answering our questions today and for being with us here today.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
And I'd like to thank you, dear viewers, for watching us, and we'll see you next week in another episode of Inside Edition.